Against just one other candidate. The stakes enormous for Hillary Clinton, too, trying to earn back trust. The race a dead heat. We have inside reporting what each candidate has in their arsenal ready for tonight. Also this evening, the rush hour shooting rampage. The suspect taking aim at drivers, 9 people wounded. What was discovered inside his car? The flood emergency at this hour, thousands urged to evacuate, rivers rising. Flash floods from Texas to Iowa, the system now moving east. The tragic death of a major league player and his friends, authorities tonight investigating. And we celebrate an American giant, Arnold Palmer, and what he said when we asked, what's the recipe for his famous Arnold Palmer?
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with the great debate. A night 18 months in the making, some say could be on par with the Super Bowl as far as the audience. Donald Trump arriving just moments ago, about to walk in and get a feel for that debate stage, giving a thumbs up there to the cameras. And here's a look at what you'll see tonight. We'll have it right here on ABC. Donald Trump will stand on the left, Hillary Clinton on the right there. And this number tonight, 1 in 5 Americans tell us they could change their mind after what they see tonight. The new ABC News poll showing Clinton at 46%, Trump 44%, a dead heat. And the last time Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump spent this amount of time together, 11 years ago at Donald Trump's wedding. Tonight, everyone is expecting a different atmosphere, so let's get right to it. How Donald Trump is preparing, and here's ABC's Tom Yamas.
Tonight, Donald Trump getting a feel for the stage that will soon become a political battlefield. Trump's debate playbook. First, temperament. Something that has gotten him into trouble before.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. All right.
Trump's goal? Look presidential. He's shown he can do it while still counterpunching, like defending New York values.
When the World Trade Center came down, I saw something that no place on earth could have handled more beautifully, more humanely than New York. Everybody in the world loved New York and loved New Yorkers, and I have to tell you, that was a very insulting statement that Ted made.
Another challenge? Show command of the issues. This will be Trump's first ever one-on-one debate. In the primaries, multiple candidates swallowed up airtime. Tonight, Trump will have to explain his policy solutions, like his secret plan for ISIS.
But you have your own plan.
I have a plan. If I win, I don't want to broadcast to the enemy exactly what my plan is.
And standing across from Hillary Clinton, the first female presidential nominee of a major party, Trump may find himself again confronted with his past statements about women.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Trump was given videos of Clinton's past debates, perhaps taking a lesson from one of her former rivals who invaded her space on the debate stage.
Well, we'll shake on this. No,
I want your signature.
Trump has to keep his cool, even with the Clinton campaign planting a rival reality show billionaire front and center in the audience.
Trump tormentor Mark Cuban is bragging that he's got a front row seat tonight. If he does, he'll definitely be in the sideline of Donald Trump.
Rudy Giuliani, one of Trump's debate coaches, says Trump did his homework but didn't over-prepare.
He's basically going to be Donald Trump.
But also advising Trump, former Fox News chairman Roger Ailes, who famously prepped Ronald Reagan for the debate where he delivered this famous line.
And I want you to know that also I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and inexperience.
Trump says he's not rehearsing any canned lines and insists he's won all of his debates just being himself.
And Tom Yamas live in that debate hall. Tom, you've been talking to the campaign. We love how you tried out that front row seat there a moment ago. So much has been made about Donald Trump's temperament, and we remember what he told us right here on this broadcast not long ago. Wanted to get your reaction. What will your temperament be on that debate stage 20 days from now?
I can't tell you because I'm not sure that I know. It'll depend. I mean, you're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to see. I mean, you need flexibility. In life, David, you need flexibility. It may be very nice and it may be very respectful and it may not. Depends on how she treats me.
All right, Tom, you've been working your sources. Any new clues tonight?
Well, over the past few weeks, Donald Trump says he wants this debate to be about issues, but if he's personally attacked, he will fire back. We know this morning he did some rapid-fire question and answer sessions with his staff, and just before we came on the air, David, I was texting with his campaign manager. I said, any last-minute advice to your boss? She says, I told him to be yourself. David?
Right. Tom Llamas leading us off on a big night here. Tom, thank you. Hillary Clinton faces a huge task tonight as well. She has watched this race tighten, and her campaign says Clinton knows that she has to earn back trust. Here's ABC's Cecilia Vega tonight.
Just hours before Hillary Clinton faces off against Donald Trump, aides tell ABC News she was still deep in debate preps. One of her only breaks in days, a stop at her granddaughter Charlotte's birthday party.
Get ready. Get ready.
With her lead in the polls shrinking, Clinton's challenge now to connect with voters on a personal level, like she did in this infamous moment from 2008 when she was asked what she would say to voters who like Barack Obama more.
Well, that hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry, Senator. I'm sorry.
But I'll try to go on. He's very likable. I agree with that. I don't think I'm that bad.
You're likable enough.
Thank
Hillary,
you so
no
much.
doubt.
This year, she's used humor on display when asked which enemies she's most proud to have.
Well, in addition to the NRA, the health insurance companies, the drug companies, the Iranians, probably the Republicans.
Tonight, there's the trust factor, too. Clinton needs a better answer about those emails.
I communicated about classified material on a wholly separate system. I took it very seriously.
But one of Clinton's main goals tonight, to go on the offensive against Donald Trump.
When they finally face off, this is where it will happen. You can see the podiums right here. They are the same size, but the height is adjustable. Hillary Clinton's, take a look, about 10 inches shorter than Donald Trump's podium. That's the height difference between these two candidates.
To prepare, Clinton has held mock debates replicating the setting. Her longtime aide, Philippe Reines, notoriously shrewd and combative, playing the role of her opponent. Her team also looking for ways to get under Trump's skin, even meeting with the man who ghostwrote his Art of the Deal. And today, Clinton's running mate taunting Trump.
Okay, well, you got 90 minutes, and they're just a moderator and two of you on stage. You can run, but you can't hide.
All right, Cecilia Vega also live inside the debate hall tonight. Secretary Clinton told us not long ago that she knows Donald Trump says he won all of those Republican debates. And here's how she answered this question, Cecilia. Donald Trump has said about you and the debates, I know how to handle Hillary. Do you know how to handle Trump?
Well, we'll see, won't we, on September 26th?
And Cecilia, you've learned tonight that Hillary Clinton is now preparing for two scenarios this evening?
She is, David, and her aides tell me that she is nervous heading into this debate hall. In these mock debates, they've been practicing for the nice Donald Trump to show up here, one who even compliments her, but they are bracing for what could be their worst case scenario, that a reserved Donald Trump shows up here on this stage tonight, David.
All right, Cecilia Vega, we'll see you a little later in prime time. In the meantime, you heard that number I mentioned at the top, 1 in 5 Americans telling us they could change their mind tonight. There have been debate moments before that turned the race. Just ask ABC's Jonathan Karl.
The first lesson of past debates, you can lose with a simple gesture. George H.W. Bush looked at his watch and seemed bored. Al Gore kept on sighing, and he seemed rude.
For example, in Alaska, there's a lot of shut-ins. That's what a governor gets to do. Man's practicing fuzzy math again. There's differences.
One-liners are fine, but don't repeat them and sound like a robot.
And let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. But I would add this, let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. This notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true.
There it is.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
The memorized 25-second speech.
Well, that's the reason why this can't.
But worse than repeating, forgetting.
Commerce, education, and the, what's the third one there? Let's see. I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
It's almost painful to look back, John. He's live in the spin room tonight, and John, campaign aide surrogates will flood that room right after to spread their message, of course. But this year, a lot of this is going to be cemented really in social media well before they can even make it to the spin room.
perceptions will be shaped in real time, David. I spoke to some of the folks from Facebook just a short while ago. They say they expect 50 million people will be talking about the debate during the debate on Facebook, tens of millions more on Twitter. The campaigns are encouraging their supporters to get out there and be part of that conversation and shape perceptions about who won and who lost.
All right, John Carl, can't wait for your coverage tonight along with the rest of us. ABC News will have full coverage of tonight's debate. You can watch it right here on ABC Live, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be joining George and the Powerhouse political team right here, again, just a short time from now. In the meantime, we move on tonight into that shooter just as rush hour began in Houston, firing dozens of times at drivers going to work. Police officers rushing to the scene, this woman running after her husband's car. He was shot just after he left home. ABC's Philip Mena is on the scene tonight.
Gunfire exploding at dawn in this upscale Houston neighborhood. Witnesses say a man armed with a laser-sighted rifle taking aim at the windshield of passing cars. A bullet missing this woman by inches.
All of a sudden, my windshield exploded.
Jennifer Melita's husband had just left for work when she heard his car screech to a halt.
He's screaming on the phone, "I'm hit, Jen, I'm hit."
Melita racing to find her husband, his cheek grazed.
The shooter was truly trying to kill.
9 people hit by bullets or flying glass. Police taking cover. The rampage coming to an end as police shoot the suspect dead. Investigators finding guns, 2,600 rounds of ammo, along with Nazi materials in and around his Porsche. That car registered to Houston attorney Nathan Desai. David, Houston's mayor calling the shooter a disgruntled lawyer. Tonight, investigators are still here on the scene combing for clues. David?
Philip Mena tonight. Philip, thank you. That shooting in Texas coming just days after a deadly attack at a mall in Washington state. The suspect seen in surveillance footage inside the Macy's, gun in hand, and today he appeared in court, charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder. Police say he has confessed to them all. Overseas tonight to Syria, the city of Aleppo sinking deeper into destruction. Fresh airstrikes reportedly from the Syrian government taking a staggering toll tonight. More than 200 civilians killed in opposition-held parts of that city. In one rebel-held neighborhood, bulldozers were on the scene cleaning up what's been reduced to rubble there. Back here in the U.S. tonight into the extreme weather watch at this hour, dangerous flooding from Texas up to Wisconsin. Up to 7 inches of rain in San Antonio, closing roads and trapping drivers. More than 40 water rescues, including this garbage truck. Up to 7 feet of water already swamping homes in Iowa. Rivers rising to major flood stage. Evacuations and curfews in parts of Iowa and Wisconsin at this hour. And tonight, that system is now moving eastward. Let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano live tonight, tracking it all. Rob?
David, the weather here is windy but thankfully dry in waterlogged Iowa. Meanwhile, the Cedar River behind me continues to rise. Forecast to crest tomorrow at 23 feet, then dump into the Mississippi, which will have some flooding this weekend. That front that bringing the rain, the wind here and the rain of Texas moving east now and will be along the I-95 big coast cities tomorrow for a waterlogged commute. Here in Cedar Rapids, they filled over 250,000 sandbags, lined this city with 9 miles of temporary flood walls, which they desperately need to hold because that's how long it's going to take this entire week for this river to get back in its banks. David?
Rob Marciano live in Iowa for us. Rob, thank you. And next here to Miami, and a special tribute tonight to pitcher Jose Fernandez at tonight's Marlins game. Every member of the team will wear the same number, his number 16. Fernandez and some of his friends died in a boating accident, a tragic end for a popular player who had overcome so many odds. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
In honor of a baseball hero gone too soon, every one of the Miami Marlins is wearing a number 16 jersey at their game in Florida tonight against the Mets. Women are here with flowers and tears are flowing. Authorities here investigating the crash that took Jose Fernandez's life are saying that it wasn't drugs or alcohol, but high speed that sent his 30-foot speedboat crashing into these rocks.
There's pretty major impacts on the bottom side.
The 24-year-old star pitcher and 2 friends were killed. It's not clear who was behind the wheel. Tonight, South Florida and sports fans everywhere are taking it hard.
When you watch kids play Little League, that's the joy that Jose played with and the passion he felt about playing.
It was a speedboat that changed his life 8 years ago when he defected from Cuba with his family on his 4th try. Drafted out of high school, the 6'3" right-handed pitcher would soon become an all-star. Last week, he posted this picture of his girlfriend pregnant with their daughter. His grandmother says her heart is broken.
Fernandez is finishing his best year in the majors. We're learning tonight the team is retiring number 16. David?
Steve Osunsami, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Monday. The high-speed chase, the dramatic takedown, and you'll see it here. The suspect on the run then throwing items out the window as authorities chased him down the highway. We'll have more on that in a moment. The story of the mother and son lost at sea for 8 days. Searchers had given up. The son has now been found. And the question tonight, where is the mother? And right here, we celebrated American icon tonight, Arnold Palmer, the king of golf, and what he recently said when we asked, what's the recipe for your famous drink, that Arnold Palmer? Come on back.
For adults with advanced non-small cell lung cancer, previously treated with platinum-based chemotherapy, including those with an abnormal ALK or EGFR gene who've tried an FDA-approved targeted therapy, this is big. A chance to live longer with Opdivo, nivolumab.